BS428 transmission is a type of fixed shaft, constant meshing gear, hydraulic and shift fork transmission. It has the features of simple structure, reliable performance, convenient operation and high transmission efficiency. It is equipped with 3-ton loaders of major brands in China, and SINOMACH 3-ton loaders are also equipped with this transmission. BS428 transmission has 4 shafts, 3 shift clutches, and a high and low shift fork. The operator drives the shift flexible shaft by pushing and pulling the shift lever, changes the position of the shift valve rod of the gear control valve, combines different clutches, and engages the corresponding gears, so as to realize different driving directions and speeds of the loader. The operator can switch the operating lever on the left side of the seat to realize the power output of 4 different forward speed gears and 2 reverse gears of the transmission, as well as the neutral of the transmission power cutoff, so as to adapt to the use of the loader under different working conditions. The transmission uses automatic transmission oil, and the capacity of the oil sump is around 38 liters. The oil pump inputs the oil from the oil sump of the transmission to the transmission pressure valve of the torque converter through the filter, then enters the transmission gear control valve, and then enters each clutch through the oil passage inside the transmission case, the oil passage of each oil inlet and cover, and the internal oil passage of each clutch shaft to promote the movement of the piston. Press the clutch driving plate and the driven plate tightly to drive the clutch gear to output power. The pressure control valve of the gear control valve sets the working pressure of the clutch. The set pressure value is 1.1 to 1.5 MPa, and an oil pressure alarm switch is installed at the oil inlet of the gear control valve. The cooled transmission oil also enters the gear control valve from the radiator, and then enters each clutch through the same way as the clutch working oil for cooling and cleaning clutch plates and other components. When the brake pedal is pressed, the compressed air will enter the cutoff valve of the gear control valve from the brake valve through the pipeline. Push the valve core to move and change the direction of the oil circuit, so as to cut off the oil circuit entering the clutch, make the transmission in neutral state, and ensure the reliability of braking. The new loader should go through 12 hours for running, and each gear should run for 2 hours. The working load during the running period should not exceed 70% of the rated load, and the transmission oil temperature should be observed frequently, and the oil level and the fastening of fixing bolts should be checked frequently. After the running period, please clean the transmission oil sump and oil filter, and replace with new transmission oil. When the loader changes the driving direction and changes from high gear to low gear, it must stop before shifting. The correct operation of the high-speed and low-speed shift lever is to stop the loader first. Manually push and pull the shift lever to the gear you want to change, and then turn the steering wheel in place to make the transmission output shaft rotate slightly, so that it is easy to change to the gear you want. Please note that it is forbidden to operate the high and low speed gear lever while the loader is driving. Maintenance instructions. We have to check the transmission oil level every day. The specific method is to stop the loader on the flat ground first, and then start the engine for 5 minutes. Check the dipstick in the idle state of the engine. The oil level should be around the dipstick scale line. Every month, that is about 200 hours, we need to clean the filter element of the transmission and check whether the fixing bolts of the transmission are loose. Every 600 hours, we need to change the transmission oil and the filter element. Loosen the plug with a tool, drain the transmission oil, and add transmission oil at the dipstick port. Every year, that is about 2,400 hours, we have to check the working condition of the transmission, record the oil temperature at work, check for the oil leakage and abnormal sound, clean the transmission bleeder, and tighten the transmission fixing bolts.